There are tons of hidden biblical messages within Spider-Man Brand New Day, but there's one in particular that I bet you missed. In this video, I partnered with Josh Cook from Parable Arrows, and we actually break down this scene, the scene where, spoiler alert, Peter confesses his love to MJ and she rejects him. Give me about 5 minutes and we're gonna blow your mind. Check this out. I wanna go to some of the decisions that Peter made. So he made the decision not to tell MJ of their past in a way to protect her because he's afraid of losing her just like he's afraid of losing Aunt May. You look at the parallel between Peter and Jean Grey. Jean Grey is doing everything she possibly can to reunite with her sister. She's risking it all to be reunited, while Peter is doing everything to avoid being reunited with the people that he loves. And I think an underlying message here is that love is worth the risk. Jean Grey understands that. She's like, because I love my sister so much, I will risk everything to reunite with her. But it's not until he reunites with MJ, they go through that whole experience. He puts his heart on his line in that one scene when he is like, I love you, MJ. Like, this is him finally finding the strength again to say, I'm willing to risk it all for this love that I've experienced. Now, it falls flat in his face, which hurts.
Oh, dude, hard. Super hard.
It hurts really bad. But what I love is that he didn't give up. That end scene is kind of a mini climax again when he's in that coffee shop and he sees Ned and he has an opportunity to, I could just turn and walk out. This is what the Spider-Man in the beginning of the movie would have done. But he decides to go up to him and greet him, showing that there's a change, and now he's willing to take that risk because I don't want to be alone anymore. I want to experience what it's like to be in a loving friendship, a loving relationship again. And I think that is so awesome, and it reminds me so much of Jesus because he risked it all to be reunited with us. He understood that love is worth the risk. And so he came and died on the cross for our sins so that we could be reunited. And I think that's just such a beautiful parallel.
I think we're on the same page that even further back, right? Before time, before anything, the opening lines of the entire Bible, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. And that through that creation process, there comes a point where God, in his infinite knowledge, blasts all of human history and all of the sin and all of the gunk and all of the disobedience and all of the beauty and all of the honor and all of the love and care and all that stuff. And he looks at it all and he says, this is worth doing. And like, we just can't handle why, right? Because like, it's such a wild thing to think like, why would you do something like that? And I think it was C.S. Lewis who said that like God deemed love worth the risk. He deemed choice and free will worth the risk. I think in this movie, we kind of see a taste of like why that's true. Because when we see Ned and Peter reconnect, or we feel MJ reject Peter, like we get that like love is a choice, and love isn't this thing that's forced on people and that you have to, give into, that it really is something you have to invite in. And in our view as Christians, like the story is that God thought that invitation was worth creating all of this stuff, knowing that it would end up broken because of who we are and what we want.
Man, you're gonna make me cry, dude. That was beautiful, for real. Dude, if that blew your mind and almost made you want to cry like it did me, that was just one of more than a dozen Bible connections that we made in a longer video that you can watch right here. I'm sure that you're gonna love it. Until next time, take care.